What does the Bible say about anger? Because some of us have been told that there are good emotions and bad emotions, and anger is a bad emotion. And that's not necessarily true. James chapter 1 verses 19 and 20 says, "Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." Some of us have been taught that holy people never get angry or never feel the emotion of anger, and most certainly wouldn't act on it. But if you look at sin and injustice and evil and abuse, there are certain things that are just evil. And the truth is that if you don't feel angry at the evil in the world, you're actually not emotionally agreeing with God. Because anger can be a motivator. It can be a passionate igniter of action in our life. And so the question is our anger good anger or bad anger? Is it the righteous anger that agrees with God, or is it the anger of men that does not produce the righteousness of God? Let's just look at some triggers for unhealthy, sinful anger to better understand what James is talking about. Sometimes this unhealthy anger that we can feel and experience can be triggered by entitlement. We feel like we're owed something. We feel that we deserve something and everybody is obligated to serve us. And if we don't get it, we'll get angry then. That's an unholy, ungodly anger. Sometimes unholy, ungodly anger is triggered by selfishness. And this is where someone is inconveniencing us or annoying us. And let me tell you, you don't know how selfish you are till you get married and you realize that this other person is going to take some of your time, personal space, money, and energy. And it triggers anger in you and frustration because we're just selfish. This would be a good time to note that this primary emotion of anger can manifest itself as disappointment or hurt or frustration or annoyance, and sometimes even fear. Now, probably the worst negative human expression of unhealthy anger comes out of bitterness and unforgiveness. When you are bitter and unforgiving towards someone, everything they do triggers you. Just hearing their name triggers you. Seeing their face on social media triggers you. And so, you and I need to make sure that our anger is not triggered by bitterness or unforgiveness, because these are demonic strongholds. What we need to do instead is forgive people as God has forgiven us. That's why Apostle Paul tells us in Ephesians 4, verse 26, "Be angry and do not sin." What he doesn't say is, don't get angry. What he says is, you're going to get angry, and when you do get angry, it's a powerful motivator and it can lead you into good action or bad action. Choose to use it in a constructive way, not a destructive way. In your anger, do not sin. But again, the point is this. Let's be angry about what God gets angry about. Angry about the evil in the world and injustice in the world, and mainly the sin in our own life. And let this emotion of anger get us to our knees, confessing our sin to God, receiving the needed forgiveness, and then using this emotion of anger to get us to live more in the freedom that Jesus has for his children, freedom from the sin in our life.